Take two.
Hey Sarah, so the last time we talked, you talked about being worried about your sister's drinking because it appears to be getting worse, and she's at the point where now she's acting out and being really cruel to your mom in particular. I mean, you had the plan that you weren't going to speak to your sister for a while to try to decompress, but that you were going to try to check in on your mother every day because you're still worried about her. So how did that go since we last spoke?
Well, my sister tried to text me and wanted me to contact her, and so I just ignored the text.
Okay.
I didn't call her to say I didn't want to talk to her, I just ignored it like I never received it.
Okay.
And I'm so worried about my mom.
Okay.
I've
So
been
it
checking.
sounds like you're still worried and that you're bothered by your sister trying to reach out to you.
Yes.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It makes me very angry.
Okay. So you're angry towards your sister?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you also talked about being worried last time about going to your parents' house for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans now revolved around that?
Well, I still need to go because I don't get to see my parents very often. I'm worried about my dad too, but they're both very old
Okay.
and not in the greatest of health anymore, and they live far away.
Okay.
So
So it sounds like to me you kind of feel helpless
I do,
because
yes.
you live so far away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And when I do go there, I'm expected to stay at my parents' house, so I can't get away from my sister
Okay.
because she stays there too, and so I feel trapped.
You feel trapped. Okay. And the situation sounds like it's pretty tumultuous when your sister is there. Like you can't predict how she's going to behave. Am I right about that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. She
All right.
becomes verbally abusive, and it's difficult to be around.
Okay. She's difficult to be around.
And says hurtful things to my mom, and it's hard for me not to lash out at her.
Okay. Does that make you feel scared when you feel the urge to lash out at her?
Yes, I
Okay.
don't like the feeling of having rage within.
Okay. Wow. So that's a high level of energy to be expending towards your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What are you going to do when you see your sister on Thanksgiving?
I'm just going to ignore her and focus on the other people that are there,
Okay.
and just try not to get alone with her in a room. Make sure that there's always others around.
Okay. What would that mean if you were alone with her in a room?
She would be more apt to attack me verbally. There'd be no holds barred because there'd be no one to kind of run interference, or because we have other people that are not immediate family.
Okay.
They're like my sister's mother-in-law and my other sister's boyfriend and stuff like that. So she probably wouldn't want to. She would probably restrain herself a little bit
Okay.
in front of them. But if it were just me in a room, she would really let loose.
Okay. That sounds like that could be pretty embarrassing if there were other people there. If
Yes.
She acts out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then how does that make your family feel and your parents feel if she embarrasses them like that?
It kind of ruins the holiday for everyone,
Okay.
and my sisters resent it like I do, because I have two other sisters,
Okay.
and besides my oldest one, Tammy, and it just ruins everybody's tense, and my dad becomes irritable.
Mm. Yeah, I can feel your body language that you're even getting tense just thinking about it.
Yeah, like my shoulders and my neck, I can
Okay.
feel the tension building just talking about it.
Okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but so your plan is you're going to go to your parents for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to feel obligated to stay at their house with your sister. And your plan is that you're just going to try to avoid her.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see any flaws with that plan, or do you think, has that worked for you in the past?
Not always. This time I've made a plan B.
Okay, what is that plan?
I've spoken to my sister who lives nearby,
Okay,
and her and her husband said I'm welcome to stay there,
okay,
well, you know, when we're not eating and having the family gathering, so
okay.
on the downtime I
Well,
could be over there.
that must be a relief.
Yes.
Okay, all right, and would you feel guilty if you went to Plan B?
A little bit.
Okay, cause I sense that you feel like kind of protective about your parents.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right, and what would you fear would happen if you weren't there and they were left alone with your sister with the drinking problem?
She might be even more emboldened to attack them without
Okay.
me there to protect them.
Okay. All right, so your plan is you're gonna go to Thanksgiving, you've got a Plan B, which I think is good,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna come home, and then what is gonna be your plan with trying to, you know, once you get back to Waukesha and you're not close by to your parents, are you still going to try to avoid your sister?
Yes.
Okay,
Her actions have been so extreme that it would take a lot of effort on her part, like genuine effort,
okay,
without anything in it for her to be a regular person in my life again.
okay. Well, effort, it sounds like a burden.
Mm-hmm.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Like she's gotten to be a burden in your life?
Yeah, because she's like a time bomb, you know, that you never know if it's gonna explode or
Okay,
and who might get the shrapnel from it, or who might
oh,
be a casualty.
wow, this situation does really sound, I mean, there's so many labels you can put on what you feel between anger and not knowing what's going on, feeling on edge to,
Mm-hmm.
it's just gotta be really hard for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna see how much time it was.
That was